Thank you for listening to the Welcome Matt podcast. I'm your host, Matt Caldwell. I'm here with Cassandra Sansosti.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Nice. You were telling me before we started that you're actually part of a program for kids in gardening.
Yeah, it's called Green Thumbs Growing Kids. It's based out of Regent Park, and they go around to different schools, specifically in Cabbagetown, and I get to help them build gardens, like community gardens at their school, so that's exciting.
Nice. You are an artist. You're a stand-up, creative type. Tell me a little bit about your paintings.
So normally I would work on a very large scale, like maybe 4.5 by 6 foot canvases, but lately I've been focusing a little more on like finer detailed work and less on the abstract, more on forms and figures, and just playing around with it. But I still take commissions for the larger pieces for people.
We actually went to Humber Comedy together. And,
we did.
Yeah, we are fellow comedy grads.
We were also in a sketch troupe in first year.
It was short-lived.
Yeah, maybe like 2 weeks.
But it did live.
It lived.
There was definitely a pulse involved. And now you're actually in school again.
Yes.
You're at OCAD.
I've returned to OCAD because I was there prior to the Humber Comedy program. And I went back a second time, and then I dropped out a second time, and then I went back a third time, and I didn't tell many people about it in case I decided to drop out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you found the people more welcoming there the third time around?
Yeah, I feel like because basically everybody in my program is now at least a few years younger than I am, so I just feel like they're a little more receptive to sharing and collaborating and just using other people's works and just kind of making it into their own thing. And yeah, it's exciting. It's good. It's nice to feel part of like a team again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. What the Welcome At podcast is, it's a place for all types of creative people.
Nice.
Artists, stand-ups, people who do sketch, to come by and play some games. You're actually the first girl that I've had on the Welcome At podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to have as many different types, many different creative people as possible.
Cool.
To swing by and play some games. And we're going to do that after this.
I'm excited.
Thank you for listening to the Welcome At podcast. I'm here with Cassandra Sansosti.
Hey.
And the first game we're going to play today is a little Marry, Screw, Kill.
Classic.
Yes. Now, when I do these, I like to do them themed. So today, for Marry, Screw, Kill, we're going to have the Michael Keaton edition. Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Hell of an actor.
My favorite.
So we're going to take 3 different roles that he has made famous throughout his career. And you have to choose, marry, screw, kill, those 3 different characters.
Okay. So,
character number 1, we have Beetlejuice. Number 2, Multiplicity. He was in that movie. He played Doug Kinney. And the third one is The Other Guys. He was Captain Gene.
He was.
So, marry, screw, kill.
So, I think I thought this through in the matter of 3 seconds, and I figured it out. I think I would definitely kill Doug Kinney, because it's a risk having him around. There's too many. I don't trust him. He's a liar, clearly, because he just can't handle, being married.
Yeah.
He can't handle that father-husband kind of life.
Yeah. If the listeners have never seen Multiplicity, what it is, Doug finds that he's too stressed out, so he makes clones of himself, but they get a little dumber as they go. And his wife and him have a lot of problems along the way.
Quickly backfires.
Yeah.
Yeah, his intentions were, actually I can't even say they were good. I think they were a little bit selfish.
Yeah, a little bit selfish, because I believe he just took up golfing. He's like, I'll just have my clones go to work, make food, and I'll just sit back and, basically retire at 30. So, marry, screw, kill. You've decided that you were going to kill Doug Kinney from Multiplicity.
For sure.
Yeah. How will you go about killing someone?
Well, I think I would just chop up his body into little pieces and use his limbs as part of my garden. Just throw it in with the soil, enrich the soil a little bit.
Would you have to kill each individual clone, and would you do it differently?
Hopefully. I want to have the best garden around, so I need that soil to be extra top-notch and grow the finest tomatoes and zucchini, whatever else I'm planning to put in there.
Do you see a scenario playing out where maybe a clone would grow out of the Doug Kinney garden, maybe? Doug tree?
No, but I would name it the Doug Kinney Garden.
Yeah.
That sounds very romantic, I think, just to kind of think about our relationship together and how lovely it was. And people say, oh, I'm really sorry about your loss. And because they don't know I killed him, obviously.
Yeah, if people come around asking questions.
Yeah, then they're going to get killed too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot of different people gardens.
Yeah.
I guess.
But the Doug Kinney Garden or the Doug Kinney Foundation. It sounds nice. It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah. So you're going to kill Doug.
Yes.
So you have leftover. You have Screw. And Mary. Beetlejuice or Captain Gene from the other guys?
So I think I would marry Captain Gene, only because he seems the most sensible, although he is a tad bit angry.
Yeah, he's angry with a gun and a badge.
That's true, but he can hold down a job.
Yeah.
That's really sexy.
Maybe he leaves all of his anger at work, because he does not like Will Ferrell's character at all.
That's true. I think he doesn't like to handle stupidity, which is understandable. You know, if I am interacting with somebody at work who's just not on top of things, for sure I'm going to get angry too. So, plus if he came home and yelled at me, I just wouldn't stand. I wouldn't stand for that. Let's be honest. No.
And tell me a little bit about the wedding day.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we would elope, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Elope, or I actually do want to get married in the south of France on this mountain in Menton. So he would maybe take me there. I think he's a little bit romantic, you know? Like he would surprise me and be like, "Babe, we're going away this weekend, just you and me." And he would take me to the mountain that I, have in mind, and we would just get married right there, looking down on the rest of the world.
Yeah. Would you have to call him Captain Gene maybe during the ceremony?
I'd call him Captain Gene anytime. Yeah. I'd refer to him as Captain Gene. Well, Captain Gene's not home yet, Barb, but if you want to come over for a drink, we can hang out. Yeah, for sure. I want people to know that my husband is a damn captain. Okay.
And you can get day drunk. With captain money.
Well, with his job, like, for sure I'm going to be staying at home painting, working away at my garden and painting, and that's about it.
Your Doug garden.
The Doug Kinney garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see any kids in your future with Captain Gene?
Absolutely not.
No?
No. I am pretty selfish, so I think I want to spend all my time with the romantic Captain Gene when I can have that time, and then the rest is just devoted to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have one option left over.
We do.
And that is to screw Beetlejuice.
Absolutely.
Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how would you go about seducing that man?
Well, I'm not, I don't really know how to, like, flirt and seduce. At least I don't think I do. And especially someone who's dead and who's probably seen it all. I don't know what I would say to him. But I imagine me just, like, twirling my fingers in his wild hair, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Maybe just kind of brushing some of the crust off of his face.
He did have a very crusty face.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would definitely throw a strident gum in his mouth because I'm not going to kiss somebody with that teeth, those British teeth over there.
Yeah. No kissing involved.
No. I mean, it's just screw. You didn't say kiss. Then you got to throw that. No, I kiss Captain Gene. That's who I kiss. Right, I come home every night, or he comes home to me every night, and I kiss Captain Gene because he's earned those kisses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Captain Gene were to find out about Beetlejuice?
Well, I'd have to bury a couple more bodies in the back, I suppose. I'm not really sure, but I mean, if he brought that anger home and he brought the gun home, I'd feel really bad for Beetlejuice, although he's dead, so I don't know how you would kill a dead person.
Yeah, you would have to really research that.
Yeah, I'd look it up. I'd read a couple of books on how to kill the dead.
Yeah.
I'm into that shit. I'm into like Wiccanism and ghosts and the paranormal.
Beetlejuice sounds kind of like a plant that would wind up in your garden, too.
Yeah, he's going to be the coolest. He's going to be one of those striped plants, like a very beautiful... I'd turn him into an indoor plant. One of those tropical looking ones with a lot of, like, nice, like, zebra lines. Because he was wearing that... what was it, like not a prison outfit, but it was just a very...
It was striped.
Yeah, it was like a striped black and white.
I think just the pants maybe were
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he's not going to be wearing those.
No. I'm going to turn that into, like, I'm going to take that material and just put on a painting, and that's how I'm going to commemorate my relationship with him, is on a painting.
Titled Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Absolutely.
Say his name 3 times.
Mm-hmm. I'll say his name.
Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Multiplicity.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the theme. Yeah, that's the theme here, clearly.
Yeah. So, Mary Screw Kill, wrapping up, you were gonna screw Beetlejuice.
Yes.
You were gonna kill Doug Kinney, that multiplicity man.
Yep.
And you were gonna marry Captain Gene from the other guys.
Good old Captain.
All right. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
We're back on the welcome mat with
Hey.
Cassandra Sansosti.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this podcast game.
Me too.
We're going to play a little thing called What Would You Do If? Yeah. So a lot of different scenarios can get asked. You mentioned that you were interested in space.
I am.
In aliens.
I do like that kind of stuff, yes.
Yeah. So what would you do if, we're going to do today, what would you do if you were part of a team that was chosen to go to Mars? So this isn't your choice. You are handpicked, like in a Hunger Games scenario.
Ooh, I like it even more.
To go to Mars. This, we'll say, is set sometime in the near future, like The Martian.
Okay.
The technology is a little bit more advanced than what we have now.
Nice.
So the travel time to Mars has been cut a little bit, we'll say. So what would you do if you were chosen to go to Mars?
I mean, I don't think I have many useful skills, but now with my whole gardening resume being built, I think if they sent me in a couple of years, I could definitely be the greatest botanist on the planet.
Yeah.
I would definitely, I'd probably help start life there, you know? I'd grow some shit, for sure. I'd make
Not actual shit, though.
No, that would be one thing that's just kind of that'd be a con. Like, I can't imagine pooping in space. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be easy.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Doesn't sound pleasant, doesn't sound private. It doesn't sound...
Well, there's only, a handful of people there, like 6, 7 people, so
yeah, but
you
then
could probably find somewhere to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but then anytime you're like, okay, guys, I'll be right back, and you're gone for longer than 10 minutes, everyone knows what you just did.
It's not like you can swing down to the store and say,
right,
yeah,
and then it floats by, and you're like, oh, I don't know where that came from. That must be... I don't know.
Some animal that lives here.
Oh, look, a new creature we just discovered, just like the last 7 creatures that came from the spot where I was hanging out earlier. Okay.
Do you think that there are creatures on Mars? Would there be any other life than
I
just
hope
you?
so. I mean, it would suck if we went there and there was just like nothing except that water. I would hope there's something cool up there, like something that I could communicate with, something that's I mean, that's the whole point of going out there too, right? Just to see if there's anything else.
To find new things.
Yeah, I think it would be a little bit of a disappointment if you traveled that far. It takes like, 3 or 4 years to get there?
Yeah. Ballpark, yeah.
Yeah, if you traveled that far, and I don't want to say for nothing, but essentially it's like when you go to university for art for like 4 years, and then you're like, okay, now nothing. No, I'm just joking, but
it would be a one-way trip. Do you have any reservations about leaving Earth and
no, I'm
never
bored.
coming back?
I'm bored of this place. Like, I'm actually itching to get out of here.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I get it. Like, I get what a lot of things are
Earth.
about.
I get
Earth. It.
Yeah.
I mean...
Getting a little old here.
I'm just thinking, like, this is the blueprint. This is the, the work for the next Earth,
Little Earth 2.
Earth 2. Isn't that a movie?
Yeah, I want to say it is.
I feel like that exists.
Yeah. If not,
we gotta make it.
It will be soon.
We gotta put it together.
So what would be your job on Mars?
I would be, I guess, a coordinator of the Doug Kinney Foundation, which is basically builds gardens along the crust of Mars, along the surface of Mars.
The crust.
I don't know.
The crusty bits of Mars.
Only the crusty bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do that. I would certainly have to bring... I mean, if I'm not coming back to Earth, I would want to bring some things with me, of course. So definitely my books, my paintings, my painting supplies. Because when I'm there, I have to kind of record. Like, I'm not the best photographer and I'm not a scientist, but I can definitely portray, like, the first beings on Mars and what it was like and capture what Earth looks like from Mars, or just, like, the landscape.
Yeah.
Can be a really cool... The first intergalactic landscape painter.
Wow.
That's what I would...
Multi-dimensional.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
How would you interact with the other people on Mars? You're sent to colonize, so would there be any, like, marry, screw, kill involved?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm not allowed to pick the people that are coming with me, right?
No. Yeah, you are chosen. So let's say like one representative from every race or at least continent.
I would just hope that they're, scientists at least, or somebody who can help. Not somebody who's going to go there to just waste away and be like, another Doug Kinney and just kind of be like, I'm just going to lay back and let somebody else take the reins on this. I want somebody who's going to work hard, who understands that there's more to what we're doing. Like there's purpose. There's meaning behind it. Mm-hmm. And it's important what we're doing, and to believe that. And even when, the days when they're depressed, not feeling it, they just tell themselves to keep going, keep trucking, because it's a huge thing. Repopulating.
What would you do for hobbies there?
Besides painting and gardening? I don't know. This is kind of... Do you float? You float on Mars? I don't know. I haven't been there.
I haven't been yet either. Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I like exploring. I like spending a lot of my time in forests and going on hikes. So I would definitely be a big hiker. I would hike up little cliffs, little sand dunes, find whatever river I could, and maybe just sing a song by the river. I don't know. I'd be like a Pocahontas or something. The Pocahontas of Mars. Something like that.
Yeah, you should patent that. People like to call me the Pocahontas of Mars.
Yeah.
You could be the everything of Mars.
Yeah. Ideally, yeah. I want to be the everything of Mars.
Yeah.
First woman on Mars and first everything for and on Mars.
Yeah.
I'm important.
Do you see yourself having children on Mars? Are you the first to give birth on Mars?
But, I mean, I don't even want to have children on Earth, but I guess if I'm going there, that's part of the job. Yeah, I suppose, like a family of 8 to 12 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no inbreeding.
Yeah, that's another concern too. There's only 6 people. But then again, we do stem from 2 people, Adam and Eve, so... If
you believe that,
What do you mean? What do you mean if you believe that?
Yeah. I mean, aren't we birthed from dinosaurs? Isn't that how it happened?
I mean, all the narratives of the world coexist.
Would you start a religion on Mars?
Yeah, I think I would definitely be the one to take all the good bits of the religions from here and perhaps, but implement them in a way that isn't so, you have to live life this way. Because I think people actually do, I think they can be self-governing. And I think ultimately we all want what's best for each other. Despite what somebody may argue, I think it's important to give people the opportunity to thrive and grow as individuals and as a community. And I'm very big on community. So, I don't think I would necessarily call it God, but I would weave a really good narrative to make people say, oh, I want to aspire to be like this person, but all in good faith, all just to do good for each other and to do good for the self,
Yeah. And what about government?
Well, I mean, there's only 6 people. You mean after we populate, or just with the 6 people that are there?
Just with the 6. Would you consider yourself the leader?
Oh my God, I would hope so. Or I think it would be nice to work as a team. I think if we all just had a fair say in what went on, and we talked about it calmly and like adults, I think it would be fine. I think we would be fine. Honestly, send me there. We'd be good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You mentioned adults. Do you think everyone who goes there would be an adult? Do you think they would send a child?
I didn't think about that.
Maybe?
I didn't think about that at all. Well, I guess if we're going there if part of my purpose is to go there and reproduce, the children that I reproduce would obviously be the first children on Mars to write about it and talk about their experiences. So I think I don't want to say it'd be a waste to send a kid there already, but unless he's going to get to work when we get there, I don't want him playing in the fields.
Yeah. It's not like one giant sandbox.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And building sandcastles all damn day.
Yeah. Would you have to build a house there?
I would, yeah. So I would hope that I have some Italian or Portuguese people on board to help me build a really nice house.
And what would you build it out of?
Oh my God. I don't know. What's Mars made out of? Just sand?
I think just sand. Just sand. I don't think there are any trees on Mars or anything like that.
And I bet you they have pretty massive windstorms, right? I imagine there's probably a couple of windstorms flying through there, no?
Yeah. I want to say Mars is windy at times. There's got to be wind.
I don't know what to make it out of.
Maybe less weather than
But there's
just
rocks.
wind.
There's got to be rocks.
There's got to be rocks.
So a couple of rocks.
Just a couple.
Take some of that Mars water, mix it in with a little bit of sand, make a good mixture, cement maybe. I think I have faith in it. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a nice little hut.
A hut made out of sand and
rocks.
Yep.
You
would live now. Would you live alone, or would you build like one house for all of the people there?
I mean, I really like to be alone, so I would like my own quarters at least. So maybe we could build like 6 houses that all kind of connect and meet at some points, but I definitely want my own space to like paint and just like, hang out, take a bath.
A bath?
Do my girly things. Put a face mask on, paint my toes, all that stuff.
Maybe a mud bath.
Oh yeah, for sure a mud bath. You think I went all the way to Mars to not get a mud bath? Come on. They're so expensive here. I may as well get it there.
Do you see yourself driving around in the Mars rover?
Oh my god, will that be there when I go?
You have to go with some equipment.
I would definitely drive around in that thing. Even though I love walking and I love exploring, that's going to be fun going off of little dunes and stuff with that rover. Might crash it, but it would be worth it. Yeah. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, just wide open space to drive.
I guess it wouldn't be that much fun if there wasn't anything to look at. Like now when you're on Earth and you're driving, all the car commercials are like, yeah, you're in control of your life. You can, it's just like you're in a Lincoln or something and you can go off-roading and you're like the city man and you're like the wilderness man and whatever. And
you're the Mars person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think if you just stared in front of you and around you and you just saw like nothing, you'd be like, well, this is fun for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, just a crater.
Yeah, just a giant crater, exactly.
Just a giant crater in Mars.
Yeah.
What would be the name of your car on Mars?
Oh man, I'm really not good at naming things.
That's why you're not going to have children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the sole reason, is because I'm really bad at naming things. Big Bertha.
Big Bertha?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ride around in Big Bertha, for sure.
Now, do you see any pros or cons to living on Mars?
Con is definitely the whole, like, pooping situation. Then, if I build a house out of sand and, a windstorm comes, I gotta keep rebuilding houses. That's gonna take up a lot of time, I think. When I could be devoting it towards building the Doug Kinney Foundation, among other things. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think there's more pros. More pros because everything's new. So when you approach things that are new, I think you can definitely turn around and just put a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
So a little more optimism.
Trial and error.
A lot of trial and error, a lot of experiments. Very, very busy days, and I like to have very busy days. I don't like to just lounge around and be lazy. So
I think the days are longer on Mars.
Perfect.
I want to say.
I am always talking about how there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Earth time.
Not enough. Yeah,
in the day.
There is clearly not enough Earth time.
Yeah, never. I'm always just, I don't know. I always need more sleep, or I always want more time to, work on my writing or my painting or whatever. And before you know it, a girlfriend's calling me and she's got a problem. I'm like, oh shit, if only I had more time.
Yeah. Nobody would call you on Mars.
Oh, hell no.
There'd be no phones.
I do not want phones on Mars.
No.
No, I want people to interact with each other and learn how to communicate openly and honestly. Yeah. It's going to be a different world there.
Yeah. Would you feel pressured to take orders from NASA, or would you be like, I'm here now, this is my world?
Ooh, I like the latter. But the thing is that, I mean, I would need NASA's help, I think, in establishing some things. If they just dropped me off on Mars, I'd be like, I'm fucked. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I think at some point, if I, if they like, dialed in and I was at a computer station and they're like, oh, Cassandra, we need you to do this today. And I was feeling more like, I want to garden and paint today. And they were like, no, we need you to like set this up so we can do this. I'd be like, yeah, I know it's important, but I've been here for a really long time and I just need a day to myself. I just need a day to just do me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take orders from someone who's not on the same planet. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's lame.
It's just being selfish, NASA.
Yeah. Like, why didn't you come here then?
Yeah, why did you choose me and send me to Mars and then give me the orders?
Exactly. Like, I know I'm important. I know everyone loves me and they want me everywhere at once. But the thing is that I can't be like Doug Kinney. I can't split myself into many different people. You know what? I wonder if can I change my answer to the previous game?
Yeah, the Mary Screw Kill?
Because the thing is that if I was able to bring Doug Kinney on board, and he went there and he could split himself up, we have more hands to do more things.
Yep.
I guess we wouldn't have to worry too much about, like if we lost one of them in the fire or something, we'd be
like,
we just have another. Exactly, we have another one. We just replace people like that.
You could clone,
yeah, for sure.
And it would help out with the repopulation.
Absolutely.
Everybody would be related.
And that would be a fun time during the whole repopulation process, let's be honest.
The Doug Kinney repopulation.
Yeah, and then Doug Kinney's probably going to end up being the god. You know, like, eventually when we make enough people, enough time's going to go by, and they're going to be like, who was Doug Kinney? And all these narratives are going to come about and be like, oh, he was the man. Like, he did this. People say that there were many of him, and he could be in different places at once, and he helped build this. He's basically going to be the new god.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton as Doug Kinney is going to be the new god of Mars.
I like that world.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to live there.
What would you do if you were sent to Mars? I want to say thanks for stopping by the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
Yeah.